What's up, guys? Now, some of you saw my Murk figure here in a different review a few months back and asked for his review, so here it is, finally. Now, I actually found another one here, as you can see, and it looks like he's a different variant from this guy because it looks a little bit different, but I'll compare the two later in the video, although this guy will be the primary one reviewed. And to acknowledge the elephant in the room, they clearly got his rank wrong because he is not a general in the movie, he's only a captain. Oh, and if you missed the review of these other Aqua people here, you can check out the review by tapping this button right up here. Alright, now Endgame and Spidey Toys have pushed this review back, but not anymore. It's Murk time. So starting with the box front here, we get a picture of Aqua Dude, open window packaging, and clearly the wrong rank. And here's one side, the top, the other side, and the bottom. And here's the back with the cool glam of the Murk Man, as well as Aqua Dude and Mara, and the UPC. And there he is, guys, General / Captain Murk. Maybe he got deranked or something between the toy production and the movie. He probably got an Article 15, that's why he's pissed. Either way, let's take a close look at this Identity Crisis figure. Now, starting with the head, we get an awesome helmet, and I love how sleek it is. It looks so aerodynamic, or actually aquadynamic, or hydrodynamic. Are those words? Either way, it looks really awesome, and I love how they added the fins here as well. It makes him look more like a fish, and the tips are rounded, so you don't have to worry about murking yourself in case you sit on them. And they added the nozzle back here as well, which is really cool. You know, the nozzle that Mara pulled out in the movie that forced him to stick his head into the toilet? Ew. And of course, you gotta love this metallic purple that they put on the face shield here. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and it's very cleanly applied as well. Now, it would have been cool if they made like a clear face shield and then his face underneath, but that probably would have increased the cost substantially from the $10 price point. And also, his neck piece down here has a lot of detail underneath as well, and it's got that metallic kind of violet purplish color, which looks really awesome. Goes all the way around the back as well. So that's a really nice touch. The helmet already is awesome. Can't wait for the body. It has pretty nice detailing and sculpting overall, although there's not really any paint aside from these little gray pieces up here and this stray blue paint, which is like, what? Now, the overall sculpting of the front of the body is a little bit on the soft side. As you can see, the edges aren't really crisp, or you know, the sculpting doesn't go very deep. It just feels soft and rounded, but overall I still like it, especially these little round pieces here, which are like, I don't know, breathing apparatuses or something, but whatever. Either way though, the back looks really awesome. Check that out. I mean, he's got his little disc thing here. I guess it's like a turbine or something, but it looks like, you know, something from Tron or something. It's very well sculpted. It's got sharper lines, as you can see there, more deeply sculpted. Same thing for these right here. I don't know what those are, but I think they're boosters if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, that's right, they can fly. But yeah, it looks pretty cool in the back. Just the front's a little soft. Although the paint on his Tron style disc here is a little weird. As you can see, it's like half dark blue and half light blue. It looks like they were supposed to continue the paint, but they were like, oh, time to clock out, peace. And then of course the arm has some wicked cool looking armor there. I love how it has that kind of layered stepping down look there, and you got little almost like spiky spikes there. Then you got some cool little like undersuit right there. As you can see, it's got that awesome metallic violet / purple magneta. It has a cool metallic magneta color. That's the word I was looking for. And the forearm looks awesome as well, with that armor there that has that layering, just like in the movie where it lit up and then he punched Aquaman right in the face. And then he's got his hand here with the cool gloves. Got a little detail on there. Open hand. Same thing as the other side, the same open hand, so you can put the sword and the gun in either hand or whatever and stuff like that. Is it a gun or is it like a fish? Is it a water gun, or I don't know. And then moving into the legs, we get more of that awesome sculpt, and I'm really sad that Mattel lost the DC license because they make some of the best basic figures. The upper thighs is nicely sculpted with more of that smooth Aqua People armoring there, and more of these little nozzle apparatuses, which are like, what are they for really, honestly? And then you get the undersuit there with that metallic magneta color there. Pretty cleanly applied as well. Not too much bleeding. Actually, not really any at all up here. And his boots here look extra cool with some very nice sculpting. Same thing on his shoes there, looking pretty sweet and slick. Love the detailing here, and I love these fins here as well. They look really awesome, and they're actually slightly, you know, flexible, so you probably won't murk yourself if you sat on it, but man. But the thing I don't like is they got legal fart on both sides. And on the feet, it's like, dude, Mattel, like, pick one spot. Although I have to give him kudos to the paint job here, because it added more of that metallic magneta there. And check this out. When you bend the knee, there's more of that metallic magneto right underneath hidden. They could have just left that unpainted, but they didn't. So yay there, but the legal fart is like, huh. And now for the articulation, where Mattel beats the basic figure competition. Now the helmet does have potential to rotate in a full circle, but it does get caught on the collar there, so I wouldn't push it unless you want to mar the helmet. And he does have some side to side, as you can see, and some up and down there. Not too much, but still there. His arm rotates in a full soy cal, but his shoulder only goes up that far because it gets stuck on the armor. But his elbow does bend 90 and also spins in a soy cal, and his hand also spins and it does the flappy do. And he's got the waist swivels. What? And his legs can go that far forward and a little bit back, but he does have 90-degree knee bands. Wee-haw! And for his first accessory, he comes with this weird little kind of fish blaster or something, a water cannon, or the ultimate super soaker. I'm not really sure what this is or where the trigger is or how it even works, honestly, but it has some pretty nice sculpting overall. It's got these little kind of almost like coral type deal or something like that. It's very aquatic, if anything. So yes, it's an aquatic blaster, and it's bendy but not too much, so it holds its shape. Although one thing I do want to warn you about is that this thingamaturd here is pretty wide, and if you look here, his hand is, you know, not as wide, so you will stretch out the hand, and I know that because I did it with my other one. And just check out the hand differences. You see how this one's much wider now than this one? So yeah, this little thingamaturd will stretch it out, and the sword coming up next won't, you know, fit as well. So be warned. And that's what he looks like holding it. This is actually my other one. I don't want to stretch out the new one's hand because it doesn't really go back. And here's the sword, which is ooh-wee awesome. I just love the detail. Just check out the blade and all the just intricacies on it. It looks really jagged, and man, this looks like it'll hurt if you, like, you know, stab somebody with it. But thankfully the tip is rounded, so you can't murk anybody with it. Although it has Lego jumbo on the front, which is like meh. And then you got the hilt here, which looks really awesome. It kind of looks like an elephant tusk, though. It's kind of weird looking, but still, it's a really nice sword, and it's pretty bendy overall too. And here's what it looks like holding it, looking pretty sweet and menacing. And what's cool is, since I have two of them now, you got this guy here, and then you get the guy with the little, you know, the water gun, and then man, look at that. There are some commandos ready to rock and roll and attack Aqua Dude. But they're no match when he's got his shark. Wait, gotta get the pretty side without all the screw holes. There we go. His shark. Waha! Now what's interesting is that his blade is actually very similar to the William Dafoe, aka Vulko, Amazon exclusive 2-pack that comes with a hammerhead shark. But the only real difference really is just the size of the blade. Here's a closer look at him, and as you can see, Vulko's is on top and Murk's is on bottom, and it's really just a mini version of Murk's sword. And unfortunately, since Murk's sword is bigger, it won't fit in Vulko's sword holder. Boo. But Murk can get away with holding both blades. It's like he has a shorter Shoto hilt, so he's kind of like Ahsoka from Star Wars. Yeah! Alright, now let's go and talk about how these two Murks are actually different variants. Upon closer inspection, you can see that the color of their inner suits are actually different. The new one I acquired has that awesome metallic magnetic color, while the old one has kind of a prune purple non-metallic flat color. But aside from that, the figure sculpts are exactly the same. And so are the accessories. Now the only iffy is this Tron disc back here, but I think that this halftone is more of a mistake than a variant. Now I was already aware that there were two variants thanks to Toy Shiz, who posted about it on his Instagram a few months ago. But the two variants that he showed us was one where his armor was the same bright red color as his sword and blaster, and the other one was this one with the non-metallic inner suit, which means that this new one that I got is a third variant, which leads to the question, just how many variants are there? So yeah, if any of you guys have this figure too, then comment below on which variant you have. I guess it's kind of good for army building, because then they won't all look exactly the same, which I guess would be more realistic, but I mean, eh. And now for some comparisons. Here he is next to the Mattel Basic Shazam Movie Shazamily. And here he is next to some Hasbro Basic Spider-Man Farted at Home figures, as well as some Endgame Basic figures. Here he is next to the DC Multiverse Aquaman Movie Orm, as well as some Marvelous Legends, and the Hasbro Black Series Luke Skywalker Poop Trooper. And finally, here he is next to his fellow Basic Aqua friends, and Vulko's Hammerhead Shark. And Aquaman's Great White Shark, he's got a missile in his head! What? Well guys, there you have it. I finally done reviewed him for you. And he's a really awesome figure, even though he wasn't that menacing in the movie. And I reviewed all the Aqua people you see here. I have a playlist for all of them in my playlist tab, so you can check those out if you bees interested. And you dudes, thanks for joining me on another review, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.